I wake up, my heart pounding, my mind a blank slate. Disoriented, I scan the room, searching for something, anything that feels familiar. But all I see are strange walls, unknown shadows, and a sense of emptiness that settles deep in my chest. A strange room, a strange bed, and a feeling that I am a stranger to myself. There's a man beside me. My breath catches. Panic surges through me, sharp and cold, as I try to remember who he is, why he's here, and why I'm not alone. He turns to me, his voice gentle, his eyes full of concern. He calmly explains, again, I realize, that I have amnesia. Every morning my memory resets, erasing everything I once knew. Each day I must relearn my own story. This is my husband Ben. He sits by my side, patient and kind, guiding me through the fog. He helps me remember who I am, who we are together, and the life we've built. There are photos on the bedside table, carefully arranged, as if to anchor me to this reality. Smiling faces, moments frozen in time, all meant to remind me of a life I can't recall. Stories of our life together, captured in images and albums. Each picture is a clue, a breadcrumb leading me back to myself, but the memories behind them remain just out of reach. But honestly, it feels like starting anew, every single day. The faces, the names, the history, they're all strangers to me, and I have to trust what I'm told. I am 47, but in my mind, I'm much younger. My reflection is unfamiliar, a face that's aged without my permission, a life that's moved on without me. The last time my memory stuck was in my 20s. Everything since then is a blank, a void I can't fill, no matter how hard I try. The gap between who I was and who I am now feels like a chasm, impossible to cross, impossible to understand. I cling to Ben's words, to the stories he tells me about our life, but, a seed of doubt lingers. How can I be sure of anything when my own mind betrays me? Can I truly trust him? Can I trust the version of reality he presents to me day after day? Can I trust my own mind when it erases everything I know each night, leaving me lost and vulnerable? The fear is palpable, the uncertainty absolutely crippling. Every morning I must piece together a life I don't remember, hoping that one day something will finally stay. Every morning the routine is the same. Ben patiently explains my condition. He shows me photographs, tells me about my life. I dutifully jot down notes in a journal. It's my way to hold on to fragments of my past. Each day feels like a fragmented puzzle, with pieces never quite fitting. The repetition is agonizing, waking up in a stranger's body, reliving the same conversations, the same explanations. Yet something feels off. There's this nagging sense that things aren't as they seem. I yearn for clarity, for the fog to lift. But the more I try to remember, the more elusive my past becomes. Dr. Nash, a neuropsychologist, becomes a beacon of hope. He visits me regularly, helping with memory exercises. He encourages me to keep a journal, to document everything. As I flip through the pages, I stumble upon a chilling entry from the day before. Don't trust Ben. It's my own handwriting, yet the words feel like a complete stranger's. Fear takes root. Is Ben hiding something? Am I in danger? Dr. Nash becomes my confidant, the one person I feel I can trust. He encourages me to dig deeper, to piece together the fragments of my past. But the more I uncover, the more sinister my reality seems. So, I find this hidden cell phone. It's tucked away in the back of a drawer, almost as if it was never meant to be found. My hands tremble as I hold it, questions racing through my mind. Why would Ben hide a phone from me? What could possibly be on it that he doesn't want me to see? Ben says it's just for emergencies, but honestly, my gut screams otherwise. His explanation is so casual, so rehearsed, that it only makes me more suspicious. I can't shake the feeling that there's something much bigger going on, something he's desperately trying to keep from me. When he's away, I start making calls from the phone, trying to piece together the life I've forgotten. Each number I dial is a step into the unknown, a desperate attempt to reclaim memories that feel just out of reach. I listen to voicemails, scroll through old messages, searching for any clue that might explain the emptiness I feel. That's when a friend tells me something that shakes me to my core. I had a son. The words echo in my ears, impossible to process. My heart pounds as I try to remember, but there's nothing. Just a void where those memories should be. A son Ben never mentioned. Not once. I find a faded photograph, a tiny shoe, and suddenly the reality of what's been hidden from me becomes painfully clear. Why would he keep that from me? What could possibly justify erasing such a huge part of my life? The questions swirl, each one heavier than the last. The betrayal, it cuts so deep. It's not just about secrets, it's about trust, about the foundation of our marriage. I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of lies. My own husband hiding something so monumental. Why? What else has he decided I don't deserve to know? The man I thought I knew feels like a stranger. What else is he keeping from me? Every drawer, every locked box, every unexplained moment now feels like another secret waiting to be uncovered. Distrust begins to fester, pushing me further away from the man who claims to love me. The distance between us grows with every unanswered question, every lie exposed. The life I thought we built together is crumbling under the weight of all these lies. I'm left wondering if I ever truly knew him at all, or if our entire past is just another secret waiting to be revealed. Now the pieces of the puzzle start to fall into place and they reveal a horrifying picture. There was a past trauma, an attack that shattered my memory. Ben wasn't my savior, he was there. He witnessed everything. He says his lies were an attempt to protect me, but I just can't shake the feeling that something is still off. And then comes the final blow. The truth, brutal and undeniable. It wasn't some random attack. It was someone I knew, someone I trusted, someone who wanted me silenced. And Ben, in his misguided attempt to protect me, ended up complicit in burying the truth. The revelation is absolutely devastating. It's as if the ground beneath me has vanished, leaving me suspended in a moment of raw, unbearable pain. The truth, once hidden in the shadows, now burns with a harsh clarity that I can't ignore. My world shatters all over again. Every memory, every hope I clung to feels fractured and uncertain. I am left picking up the pieces, unsure if I'll ever be whole again. But this time, there's a glimmer of hope in all the wreckage. Somewhere deep inside, a small voice urges me not to give up. Even in the darkest moments, I sense the possibility of healing, of rediscovering who I am. I remember. I understand. The fragments of my past begin to fit together, forming a clearer picture. Each realization, no matter how painful, brings me closer to the truth. The fog has finally lifted. For the first time in so long, I can see a path forward. The confusion that once clouded my mind is slowly giving way to clarity and purpose. With the truth out in the open, I begin the long, difficult journey of healing and reclaiming my life. It won't be easy. There will be setbacks and moments of doubt. But I am determined to move forward step by step. I cut ties with Ben, refusing to be a prisoner of his deception any longer. I choose myself, my freedom, and my future over the lies that once held me captive. The future, well, it's uncertain, but I'm facing it with a newfound strength. Each day I learn to trust myself a little more, to believe that I am capable of building a life on my own terms. Maybe the amnesia will never be fully cured, but my spirit is unbroken. I am a survivor. I am more than my memories, more than my pain. I am the author of my own story now. And with every scribbled note in my journal, I take another step towards piecing together my shattered past and building a future where my memory, however fragile, will truly be my own. Each word I write is a promise to myself. I will not be defined by what I've lost, but by the courage it takes to begin again.